part 2 here for the Jersey Shore chat. Sorry, I'm struggling with my speech stuff today. I had a brain injury. Long story short, my brain and my mouth aren't connecting right all the time. Misfires happen. Sorry about that. I also forgot to tell you I am going to put up a cute little video about Mickey and Minnie later today, and just because it's cute. And I'm going to be putting up a funny cartoon video for Where Are They Now, but with all the Disney or animated characters in a funny way. So if you just want to giggle, you can check those out. I'm also going to do another fashion video today, showing you some more new fashions that are on trend. I'm sitting on my feet so you can see me better because I'm short. Not really. I'm like the average height. I'm 5'5", but I don't know. I'm just around Amazon ladies because I'm either just short or just way shorter. There's a couple girls shorter than me that I'm like, I'm taller than you. I'm like, shut up. Anyway, let's get into the Jersey Shore stuff. If you didn't watch the first one, it's alright. I kind of did it at the tail end. Quick recap. Snooki's my favorite. I really don't have anything negative to say about Snooki. Yes, she was a hot fucking mess back in the day. Weren't we all at that age? She lived her fucking life. She lives her life every day. She lives in the moment, and she's real. Even if it's fucked up. She'll just be herself. She don't make excuses. She apologizes. I don't really feel like Snooki drags things on. It's like she's like always like, alright, my bad. I fucked up. Oh, sorry guys. You know what I mean? Like, I can respect anyone like that. So Snooki's my favorite. You should check out the Snooki shop, I think it's called. She's got a store. Don't quote me on it. I think it's in New Jersey, but you can Google it. Alright, so moving on from there, JWoww. I referenced a little bit about her old toughness, but she ain't that kind of bitch anymore, so I'm just going to move on. I don't feel like she's about the drama either. I do feel like in the first couple seasons, when they came back, she was a bit of a pot stirrer. And the only thing I ever agreed with Angelina on was, we're not allowed to talk about your marriage, or you guys can rip me apart. I didn't like, I mean, I get it, that she has kids and all this other stuff. But you have Ron's life exposed. You have Angelina's life exposed. You have Mike, the situation, who owned his shit. And I just feel like Jenny takes cop-outs and creates a persona and isn't as real as I would hope. But everybody has their way of going about being a public person, and she's just glossing over a lot. I don't really know much about her ex or the situation, but I think she's a great mom. I never got, it was nice of her in that aspect to keep it out so that, like, if their kids ever watched the show, they really wouldn't know what was going on, and that was probably her objective. But at the same time, I think she used her energy in attack mode during those seasons when she was going through stuff. Like, she came at Mike, she came at Ron, she came at Angelina, and she was putting the spotlight on everybody else except herself. But hurt people, so I think she's grown from there. I think she has a lot of inner stuff, like never feeling good enough, why she's always like changing her body and having issues with herself. And I can connect with J-Lo and that. J-Lo. Again, I keep calling her J-Lo. JWoww. My brains. Shout out to J-Lo though. She's also a New Yorker and we also love her. But I can relate. I had an eating disorder. I'm always nitpicking my body. I'm always trying to, you know, pick the high road, and sometimes that you can lose yourself in that aspect. So I'm not calling JWoww fake, but at some points in the show she didn't know who she was, and that's okay. Life is a journey. So I like her. I think she's real, but I would be very careful about what I would say to JWoww, because in that side I feel like everything can be used against you with her. So there would be a guard up always. But I don't feel like she's shady and would throw people under the bus. But if you ever got into a tiff, like all the shit's gonna come up. You know what I mean? She's the type of girl, in my opinion, that will lay all your shit bare, but she has to be crossed to do it. You know what I mean? Unlike, you know, other ones that would just do it to do it. JWoww would have to be provoked, and not everybody's gonna agree with you all the time, even in your friends group. So I consider that type of person untrustworthy. But she is loyal to Snooki. She is protective, so maybe once you reach that level with her, she won't ever cross you. I don't really know, you know, but I'm questionable about the loyalty she has. At the end of the day, out of everyone, JWoww would pick herself and advance herself. But I also feel like Pauly D is like that. He's worked hard for everything he has. He was always a DJ. That's what I like about Pauly D. When he came on the show back in the day, he was a DJ. He's still a DJ now. You can tell it's his passion. He's clearly very good at it. You know, he gets gigs and stuff, and people, you know, come and have a good time, and that's the lifestyle he likes. I think people don't really know much about Pauly D, and that's how he likes it. So again, there's this aspect of fakeness with him. Like, he has a public persona and then he has a personality. So I don't really know who Pauly D is. You know, I just have this TV persona of being loud and extra and obnoxious, and I'm sure he is like that a little bit in his life at home. But Pauly D is a character, so I don't really look at him as a favorite on the show or a not favorite. I just see him as their mascot because he's always doing his own thing and flying in and out. He's very generous with all his friends. You do notice that in the show. I don't know much about his girlfriend. Again, I think that is how he likes it. I don't really care for her as a psychic medium. I see other things about her, but I don't know enough to say anything. I just think that she's gonna be a problem for him later. And I'll leave it there. And I wouldn't trust her. If I was in that friends group, I would keep my distance. You have to watch people that enter a room like they're the fucking queen and everyone's beneath them. She doesn't have to exude that. She doesn't have to say that. But that is her energy. Like, she doesn't have much respect for Pauly D's friends, and I don't like, even in my own friends group, when they bring in someone who's like snooty like that, not that she like ever, when she does hang out with the girls, she seems to be nice, but I just feel fake. I think that she's just fake because, one, she knows she's on camera. She wants to be in their good grace because it's Pauly D's friends, and she wants to be able to come on the show. I do think it's fucked up what Angelina did to her with the wine. I'm gonna leave it there. Angelina's a fucking mess of a person. I think that she got into things when she was younger that she shouldn't have dived into because of her family not explaining. She's got a lot of demons attached to her, which is why her life falls apart and why she's so unstable. I've never seen a person more in need of an exorcism, and I know people scoff at that, but that girl is walking darkness, and that's why she's such a toxic entity. When you put her in a room either by herself or with other people, she's very toxic and brings the whole vibrational down, and those are the things attached to her. When you dive into witchcraft, when you dive into psychic stuff, or you like her grandma, like me and her grandma would have some fucking words because I know what you were doing at that wedding. I can see beyond. I'm a real ass psychic medium, okay? And I'm protected, and we would have some fucking words because your granddaughter has what she has because of you. Who do you think put the demons on her? But she trusts her grandma and kisses her grandma. Your grandma's the fucking devil, bro. You know? I like Vinny. I think that he's got a lot of growing up to do. But he does his own thing. You can't begrudge somebody who does their own thing. Again, don't know much about him. I feel like he's kind of a recluse, a homebody like me. I can respect that. He has anxiety. I had anxiety too. You're like a different person if you have anxiety. I think it's cool that he did Chip and Dale's, pushing himself out of the box. Mike, I don't have much to say about him. I don't want to give him any more attention than he deserves. He's not one of my favorites.